So I've been playing around with the Nintendo Switch for quite a bit now, and I just wanted to take this video to just kind of give my initial thoughts and just feelings about the Switch right now, like what I think about it, like its flaws and what the good things are, and you know, whether you should just buy it or not, you know, because you know, this is a new video idea. Everyone's brother and sister hasn't made a video like this already. At least it isn't an unboxing video. I think there's a lot more of those than initial thoughts of the Nintendo Switch. So, first off, it is light as heck. It is very nice. I would say the quality, at least with mine, is very nice. Not too big. A lot of people don't really talk about the size. A lot of people talk about the size of this thing and they don't say it's that big. Like here, I have my phone right here. Not that much bigger than my phone. And I think especially, like compared to my 3DS and Vita, like my Vita, like, again, not that much bigger. Not that much bigger than my Vita. Also, not that much bigger than my 3DS. You've already seen probably too many size comparisons with this thing, and showing you that right now probably wouldn't change anything. But this thing is much smaller than you realize. You could see all the fucking size comparisons you want, and like even make your own like measurements and shit. But you will always, like, the minute you open this, you will be blown away by just how small this thing is. And especially just holding it. It's nice to hold. The quality is nice. It has, like, it's wide enough where it doesn't feel small whenever you're holding it. It feels nice to hold and everything. It is, of course, bigger than my Vita. In my opinion, at least, the 3DS is nice to hold, but it was a bit, in terms of comfort whenever I was playing it, it was always the Vita that was, like, the more comfortable thing. But now, this is definitely, like, very easy and nice to hold. It was really just easy to just go around and play this in full daylight. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about with this thing? I guess I could talk about what comes with it. Of course, you get the console itself along with the two Joy-Cons attached. You get your Joy-Con grip. You have your two wrist straps. You have your dock over here. And then I have a couple games in the box because, you know, the box is nice and I save it. And then you also have your AC charger, which I have on the ground right now. AC charger alongside your HDMI cable, which I also have on the ground. Let me just list out the flaws I have with this thing. And there are quite a bit. Of course, this was a rocky launch for the Nintendo Switch. I personally haven't had, like, you will see a lot of people online complaining about the problems with the Joy-Cons and the software. I haven't had any problems with those yet. I've had, like, a perfect experience with this console so far. Like, I don't know. I guess I just, like, got lucky or something, but I haven't had any problems with software or any of these things, like, malfunctioning or anything like that. But I'm still gonna be bringing them up because even though it's not everyone who has these problems, there's still a good enough amount of people that are having these problems with these things. And it's not good. Like the dead pixels, the one where there are dead pixels on the screen and Nintendo's just writing it off as, oh, that's nothing. No, it's not fucking nothing. If there's dead pixels on the screen, I'm going to return it. I'm not going to be like, oh, dead pixels in the corner, that's nothing. It's supposed to be like that. It's okay. No, it's not. Like, that shouldn't be an excuse. People have had a lot of problems with the left Joy-Con connecting. I haven't had any problems with it, like, whatsoever. Like, these have just worked fine with me. And I've played with these pretty far away from the Switch. Like, whenever it was docked and I had to play with it, like, very far away, like, even in the other room, it worked completely fine. So no problems there, at least with the left Joy-Con for me. People have also been saying that whenever you dock your Nintendo Switch, it scratches the screen. And I, again, have had none of that happen to me, like, unless you were really just like forcing it in there. But even like now, I'm not scratching it. Of course, it's still something that's happening to a good amount of people where it's not just like, oh, it's the person's fault for stuffing it in the wrong way. No, it shouldn't really be a problem to begin with. A lot of people, oh, the wrist straps. A lot of people have been having issues with these, and for me personally, they are the worst part about the Switch. These are not designed well. Like, I don't know. Right now they're completely fine. Like, they're not horrible for me. They're bad. They're the worst part about the console for me. But they're not especially horrible. Like, I can take it on and off easily well, like, but there is a serious problem. When I first unboxed this, I was unboxing it with my brother, and I wasn't paying attention to it, but the first thing he wanted to do was kind of put these wrist straps on, and he put it on the wrong way, so that it did this. And when I saw him and he was like, oh, Chandler, it's stuck, I'm like, what the fuck did you do? I was seriously scared. I was like, we just got this. I thought it was stuck on forever. And I managed, and of course I panicked and I was trying to pull it off. I managed to pull it off eventually. I just pulled off like that. It wasn't too hard. And there's even a video online where you can put a tool in here and just kind of press on these little inserts in there so that it becomes easy to just slide out effortlessly. People always bring up kids are going to be using this. It shouldn't be this hard for someone to figure out because kids are going to be using it. And to that I agree. It shouldn't be that hard or that complicated to put on and off a wrist strap if a kid is expected to just use this by himself. Of course, I'm like older and it's just fine for me, but I don't know how it would be for like say an elementary school kid who got this for Christmas to just kind of easily be able to use these. So by far, not my favorite part. These are not my favorite part about the thing. In terms of other flaws I have with this system, I haven't had any issues whatsoever with it freezing or any software issues really. Like I haven't had any issues with this thing, but my friend, his did freeze, so it's not entirely uncommon. Like it's that thing where if you aren't having problems with your Switch, you probably know someone who is. And this time it's a lot more design issues. Like with other console launches, you would have software issues where like, oh, you look at the console, it's like freezing or it's not running right or something is wrong with the way it runs and it freezes or crashes or whatever, and you know that's the problem. But that's easy enough to patch in like a future update. But a lot of these issues are coming along with the Switch are more design issues. The issue with the dock scratching up the Switch screen, like you can't fix that in a software update. You can't fix these stupid ass fucking you can't fix these wrist straps in a future update. You can't do that. Sure, you can fix the screen like crashing or freezing and the dead pixels. You can fix that in a future update. You could even, to an extent, like any issues that people have with the left Joy-Con connecting, you could fix that in a future update. But these other design issues you can't really. There's one more thing I want to talk about, and that is the charging. So as you may have seen all over the internet, I think Notch kind of tweeted about this, and even this came up when we saw the Switch, like before it even came out. Like you can't use the kickstand while you're charging it. Like look at that, you just can't do that. There's no way. People are saying we're using tabletop mode all the time, right? Not really. Like I love to use this thing at my desk, and of course I don't have a TV at my desk. I just put this up while I'm doing work, and I'm able to just put it there and be able to play like while it's on the kickstand. And of course the battery is okay on this device, but it doesn't last forever. So I would expect to be able to charge it while it's in this mode, and the fact that you can't is just, it's just mind-boggling to me. And it's not impossible. Like people keep bringing this up. Look at the fucking Wii U tablet. You could dock this thing and charge it from the bottom thanks to the prongs that you could put down here. But then also, you could charge it off of the top. You could do both. Not impossible. So, I don't know. It's just, it's a bit frustrating. There are solutions like you could have a angled cable so that you could still set it down and have it on its kickstand while it does that. And other people even, there's even a kickstand out there. I think a Hori by Hori that you can hold it up and it has a hole for your charger to go through. People are like propping this thing up on like household objects so that they can be able to have the cord come out through the bottom. And you know, it's not impossible to charge this thing while it's in kickstand mode, but at the same time it's a workaround that just consumers shouldn't have to deal with. It's just bad. And I think that's honestly all the problems I have with the system. And now I get to launch into everything I love about this system, and oh my god, there is a lot. You know, when this system is the most versatile thing I have ever laid my hands on. Holy fucking shit. When I first saw the commercial for the Switch and they were like, oh, you could take it wherever you want, I'm like, yeah, I could always do that. Like my fucking other handhelds I have, it wasn't impossible. I could take this wherever the fuck I wanted to. Sure, you can put it on your TV, but it's just a handheld, right? Like I don't see the point. Like what's the huge selling point here? Now that I've gotten a chance to really get my hands on this thing, holy shit, it is so worth it. This is really versatile. Like these, of course, I could play this like in my bed. I could play it on the toilet, like wherever the fuck I wanted to. And sure, this one, now you can play like console level games on the toilet, but I was always like, what's the point? This thing is so versatile. I just completely forgot the fact that you could take wherever you want, but also put it on kickstand mode and play like this, and then connect it to control like the Joy-Con grip and play it like this. You could do, there are so many different play styles. Of course, there's the, in my opinion, like underestimated fact that you instantly have two controllers to give to a friend and play like this. It's very, very versatile. I love it. Oh my god, I feel like every single time I'm out somewhere and I'm sitting at a table and I put this out and play it like this, I feel like I'm living in a fucking commercial. Like I went to class and I put it in kickstand mode on my desk under my computer screen so the teacher didn't really notice, and I was able to put my Joy-Cons under the table and be able to play like that. It was so convenient, and I love it. And you know, it's not like I should be playing Zelda during computer science to begin with, but holy shit, this thing is so convenient. I love it. Other things. Oh, I was so prepared to hate the Joy-Con grip. I was so prepared to hate this. Oh my fucking god. I was so ready to just be like, I saw in the commercials, I'm like, this doesn't look comfortable at all. It looks like as bad as the Ouya controller. Like, what is this? And I was like so prepared to just be like, oh, I'm gonna start saving up for a pro controller because that looks like an actual controller. But this thing is very comfortable. Like, I still want a pro controller, but I'm not really in an urgent need for it. Like, this is, I play very well on this. It's very comfortable to hold, and it's still of course comfortable to hold these. It does admittedly take a bit of getting used to be able to just play around like this, but it's very comfortable just play around, especially when you can put your hands wherever the fuck you want to. We'll say with this way, it's not the most comfortable controller. It's not by far, and this one is probably a bit more comfortable just because the joystick is placed a bit more in the center of the controller here. You're kind of like putting your hands a bit more. It isn't bad though. Like, I guess I do have small hands, but I did let some of my friends who have bigger hands kind of try this, and they said it was completely fine. So I guess I'll talk about the games real quick. Legend of Zelda fucking quickly climbing the list of just my favorite games of all time. I absolutely love this game. I'm not a huge Zelda fan at all. Like, I've only played 2 Zelda games. I played one on the Game Boy, which I didn't like, but for some reason, like, people love that game. I did not like it. I still don't really like that game, and I never finished it. And then I also played Twilight Princess on the Wii, and I wasn't all that fond of it. Like, it was a good game, but I never finished it, and I never really got too attached to it where I wanted to finish it later down the line. So I was prepared to just be like, oh, it's another Zelda game. Like, I'm not really a huge Zelda fan, and all these reviewers who were saying it's like the best game of all time, they're like, oh my god, remember when you played Ocarina of Time? No, I don't, because I never played Ocarina of Time. I wouldn't know what the hell you're talking about. But god, I'll be damned if this isn't like one of the best games ever made. I love this game. Alright, I'm just gonna talk about real quickly these cases a bit bigger than they need to be. Like, comparing these to 3DS and Vita games, like 3DS, look at this. This thing is not that much. Like, this thing could have been way smaller compared to the 3DS. Same thing with Vita games by far. Look at this thing. It's pretty much the same width of the Vita as a Vita game, just a bit taller. Like, it didn't need to be this big. I will appreciate it is thin, and it's still smaller than a regular DVD case, so that's good, but at the same time it still could have been much smaller. Like, this thing, super big, and it's not, people are like, well, you need the space to put a manual in here. Well, they aren't even fucking putting manuals in these things to begin with. And also, it's not impossible. Look! Surprise, surprise, the 3DS games have manuals and shit in them, or the room for manuals. Same thing with the Vita games, they have a room for manuals. You know, that's a horrible example. These games don't really have manuals. But there's still room for manuals. I get that Nintendo is trying to make a point, like, this isn't, they don't want to make it too small because then people will just merge it into a handheld when they're trying to put the Switch in the console market. So they're trying to give that kind of bridge between it's a smaller case, so it's not really a console. At the same time, it's still bigger than a handheld. So I mean, I understand where they're going, but it's just, I don't know. To me, the cases are way bigger than they really need to be. I'm done talking about Zelda. I love this game. This is talking about the Switch, not Zelda. And also, why I also got one to Switch. I know it's my money. I can spend it however the fuck I wanted to. I know it's really expensive. This is really pricey for what it is. I had a bunch of discounts and coupons I used, so it only came around to like 30 bucks for me. At the same time, it was still pricey. I would say buy this for at most 20 bucks. It's a fun party game. It really is. It's not bad at all. Like, I've played a lot of this. Like, I thought I would play this like a few times, but I've been able to play this. Like, I have a pretty big family, so I play that with them. I've been able to play with a few friends. And I'm still planning to like show this to a lot of friends like in the future. So it's a fun party game. It has simple controls. That's what a party game should do, have simple controls so that people who aren't even gamers can like just jump in and play whenever they want. And it's a good party game, just not worth 50 bucks. I'm sure you've heard this a lot, and you know, I expect to see a price drop for this thing very, very soon in the future. So not worth the full price. For me, it was a bit more because I had all the coupons and I've been using this quite a lot since I got it, but I think for the general consumer, I don't think you're gonna want to buy this for 50 bucks. I think that's it. Oh, Snipper Clips, also amazing deal. You know, not even counting Zelda, amazing deal for Snipper Clips. Like, it's only 20 bucks and it's one of the best like co-op puzzle experiences you'll ever play. It is amazing. I think that's my entire spiel about the Switch. I will have a kind of full write-up on my new kind of website slash blog, which I just am launching, so I will have a link for that and everything if you want to see my full kind of thoughts on it. But nothing, I would say pass on it. There is no real point to getting it right now unless you are a huge Nintendo fanboy or just huge Legend of Zelda fan. Unless you're like that, there is no point to get the Switch. Other than that, there's no real reason to get it. There's only like 9 games out for it right now. No, not even 9. I think there's like less than 9 games out for it right now, and there are going to be games coming out in the future, but not really anything that you need to rush out and get right now. Like, I would say definitely wait for this thing until Christmas so they can get a lot of the software worked out, maybe even some design stuff worked out by that point. And of course, I have just a slew of other games, like a lot of other indie games I'm looking forward to, like Hollow Knight on the Switch. I fucking want Overcooked on the Switch so badly. You know how easy, how convenient that is with these stupid multiplayer controls. And then also, of course, like, I already have Skyrim. I love Skyrim, but I want to get it again on the Switch. And same thing, of course, with Mario Odyssey. It's just more worth it to wait. There's literally no point to get it right now. But I am especially happy with this, and I can't wait for the future of it. But yeah, that's it. I'd say it's a hard pass. Hard pass on it right now. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching this little video. Be sure to check out the full write-up if you want. I think that's it. Shit! Just kidding! I forgot to talk about this! The Amiibo review. Holy shit! 10 out of 10 Amiibo. I love this Amiibo so much. I never buy Amiibos. I was never really one for Amiibos. I was like, you know, I might get an Amiibo at some point because they're just cool figurines. I don't really get the point of using them in game. And then I saw this baby when I was looking through the new Breath of the Wild Amiibos, and I was like, holy shit, I have to get him. He's so cool. It's like a bigger sized Amiibo. Those legs are bendable, by the way. I didn't even know that when I bought it, but now that just makes it even cooler. Sure, there's all this shit on the back or whatever, but oh my god, I love this Amiibo so much. I haven't even had the heart to unbox it yet. See, collectors leave their Amiibos in boxes. Like, why would you do that? Like, if you bought an Amiibo, unbox it so you can use the fucking Amiibo. Oh my god, I totally get their pain now. It's just so nice in this box. I want to keep it in here forever, but I don't want to be stupid, and I want to actually get my money's worth out of this thing. Oh my god. So yeah, Switch, hard pass. It's really fun, but pass on it for now. But Amiibo, 10 out of 10. Get it right now. Go out to your store. If it's not already sold out, just fucking get it. It is the best thing ever. That's it. That's everything. That's it.